Basil Tippet and C.A. Richardson founded a company in 1927. They called it Tippet Richardson, and its mission was to provide quality residential and commercial moving services in Toronto. Using a rented warehouse and a single van, the new company started by moving family and office furniture. At that time, the bulk of Tippet Richardson's business was to and from the United States, Ontario, and Quebec. In Canada's early days, a major highway into Western Canada did not exist, and in order to make their Western deliveries, they had to travel through the United States. Basil Tippet remained the major shareholder until 1944, when the Naylor brothers, Russell and Walter, became shareholders and vice presidents. Russell Naylor was no stranger to the company, since he was the operations manager from its founding. Basil held senior positions in charitable groups, such as the Big Brother Movement, Rotary Club of Toronto, Rotary International, and the Toronto chapter of the YMCA. The 1940s and 50s were exciting times for this growing company. In 1947, the first experimental trips began into Western Canada, using the newly constructed Trans-Canada Highway. In the 1950s, the company expanded into Hamilton, Ottawa, Stratford, and Waterloo, Ontario. In 1959, Mr. Tippet passed away. The Naylors were then charged with the Tippet Richardson legacy and to continue building its future. Russell Naylor's sons, Peter and Bruce, soon joined the business, and the 1960s saw more expansion, with services now available in Trenton, Pembroke, and North Bay, Ontario. New acquisitions in the 1970s further expanded the company. Anderson Van and Storage in Ontario and Alberta's King Moving and Storage joined the firm. The company's next major transition occurred when Russell Naylor passed away in 1976, leaving his sons to continue Tippet Richardson's journey. The 1980s saw increased growth and development, expansion into business record storage, special products moving and overseas moving helped propel the company forward. An office opened in California, officially forming TR Inc. In 1987, the Windsor Truck and Storage Company was purchased. Other acquisitions included opening an office on Canada's west coast and acquiring maritime moving and warehousing on the east. Offices were also opened in New Brunswick. However, all this growth did not diminish Tippet Richardson's attention to providing their customers with quality and service. The economic recession of the early 1990s saw Tippet Richardson transition again in response to changing government purchasing trends and a slowing economy. A number of TR's offices were sold, closed, or amalgamated with others. Later in the decade, prosperity returned, as it always does. Peter Naylor's children began following in their father's and grandfather's footsteps, ensuring that Tippet Richardson continued as a family business. New technology allowed for better delivery tracking, and a facility in London, Ontario was created that revolutionized storage by means of giant computerized moving pallets. This century, a new branch opened in Montreal, and Toronto-based Fisher Express Lines, which was established in 1871, joined Tippet Richardson. During Tippet Richardson's long history, they've seen the world change, and they've changed with it. There have been good times and bad. They've worked through periods of war and times of peace. They've experienced prosperity and depression. They've witnessed our country transition from a nation of hewers of wood and drawers of water to blossom into a citizen in the global community. And Tippet Richardson has shared in all of these transitions. Tippet Richardson has always recognized that moving families, moving businesses, and taking care of their customers' possessions while in transit is their legacy. They are not simply moving belongings, but moving their customers' history so they can prepare for their future. Change is Tippet Richardson's business, but in all this time, there is one thing that has remained the same. Tippet Richardson is the world's friendly mover.